welcome. Brian here, founder of alphaplussetups, home of the scalping, swing, and basis arb trading models. Today's Tuesday, November 25th, 2025, and the purpose of today's video is to conduct a webinar with founder and developer Dre from TradeSaber.com. The purpose of the video and the webinar today is simply to gain more knowledge about Dre's incredible product, Predator X order entry. It's a super good tool to use for especially for scalping. Traders in my room love it. I wanted to learn more about it, so let's get right into it. Before we get into the actual webinar, here's the disclaimer: neither myself nor Dre from TradeSaber are registered investment advisors. We are not, and I'd like for you to take a moment, read the disclaimer. Everything we offer here is information purposes only. No recommendation to buy or sell anything. You can lose everything plus more in futures trading. So let's get right into the meat of the webinar today.
Awesome. I guess the best way is just to share my screen here. So I know there's some of you guys already in my group. Can you guys see the screen? Yeah. So the Predator X is just, it's an order entry and management tool. It's something it's been developed through a lot of user requests over the past few years. So there really is no right or wrong way to use it. Everybody is going to have it's going to be a different purpose for every single trader. For example, we have features that are going to be just manual orders. Some people don't like automation. They want to be able to control where they enter, where they set their stop, and then just kind of control that on their own. But we also have a lot of automation. I think one of the main reasons why we're kind of here today is its ability to automate third-party indicators. So, for example, these arrows from the A+, the Jiggle indicator, we're able to take these arrows and fully automate them with the Predator. And you can configure any order management you want. So any targets, stops, trail stops, time limits, P&L limits, you name it, you could do it with the Predator. I guess we'll run through an example of how to do that. Is that that's good? Okay. So to automate these indicators, all you have to do, click on the draw arrow, and you're going to extract the tag. So in this case, we're just looking at the tag jig up and jig down. So we'll go into the properties. And all we have to do, create a custom signal. And we type that tag in here. So jig up, jig down. And that's all you need to do. It's going to automatically extract that tag when it detects it. And it's going to take trades whenever these arrows appear. And you can also customize your stop, any profit targets you want. You can do all of that as well. So let's see if we get an arrow around here. Order submitted. So here it just detects the arrow, and then it's able to take that entry right away. Again, any order management you want. This is just something I kind of threw together. There's no actual trading advice. Um, you also have controls. So if you like manual controls, you can move stops up, down, move it 50% up. You can control them again any way that you like. If you want break even, you have all of those buttons directly from the chart panel. Um, and yeah, I mean, you can control if you don't want to enter a certain direction, you have controls. Uh, but yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. Pretty straightforward. And then yeah, I guess yeah, that kind of covers most of it, really. Uh, it's really it's really a tool you configure to whatever your needs are. Let me get out of here.
Yeah, that's awesome, Drew. Yeah, so our um, and yes, we do have a site. I'll talk about all that at the end for the questions there. Um, so our scalping model is based off of Ninja Rinko bars, and I built our models and templates off of those because of this symmetry. And I just use NinjaRinko bars just for scalping in the in this one program that I operate in. So the NinjaRinko bars, of course, the advantage for me is I know exactly where the setup is complete. There's no guessing. It's not ambiguous. It's black and white. When we get a setup, I'm just looking for a reversal bar in the other direction. So a lot of our traders are using, Dre, they're trying
Okay.
to game use your order entry method to game the entries a little bit better. So I believe some of them are using um, limit orders after we get a reversal bar. So that last jiggle setup that you show there with the arrow under it,
Hmm.
yeah, that right there. So the setup is complete when that bar closes.
Okay.
Okay. And then we know from statistics that 5 closes into the future, there's an 81% chance of the first take profit getting there. We also know that 64% of the time, the market's going to go 40 ticks from where that first bar, that reversal bar closed. So we have traders that are using your order entry to, like I said, try to gain better entries through limit orders. Um, they're using it in a myriad of ways. I don't even know how many different order entry modules the traders are using inside a room. I just know that they say it's very, very effective
Yeah.
at entering in these setups. So you can see the two short signals prior to that long we had there. Um, yeah, those two shorts right there. So these things can resolve very quickly in markets like today. And again, for someone like myself, I'm only looking for one trade, but there are other traders who have trade plans, and they're looking for 2, 3, maybe even more trades for the day based on the statistics that we have on the setup. So it does help traders. Um, you know, I've traded for a very long time, so I understand though that some traders, if they're entering orders manually, that there can be a decision cloud, even
Yes.
though albeit very, very short, that can cause them to flinch and miss a trade like in scalping, like what we do. And a product like what you have mitigates that significantly. All they have to do is, if they've thought through on how they want to enter, and all they have to do is wait for the setup and press the button, that creates a lot less anxiety for a lot of traders. So yeah, I can definitely see the benefit in something like this. And it seems like everybody says your product stands above all the others. that are out there that do, similar things. So that's awesome.
Yeah, I
Anyway,
mean that was one of the main reasons why we kind of developed this. Just I, I don't know about you guys, but for me, I get quite emotional, and sometimes I think I'm a better trader than I actually am, and I end up messing things up a lot more than I help it. So,
Hey, good morning.
well,
good morning.
Man, Dre, who you telling, man?
so anyway, I know exactly my crowd will tell you I never say I'm a good trader. In fact, I'll say I suck at scalping. It's taken me 3 years. I went through 2 years, and I don't think I had maybe 10% of the months were profitable. And then I finally turned the corner once I got everything neck down with the statistics, the money management, the precise entries for the jiggle. So that turned the corner for me, but I still suck at scalping, but I just suck a lot less than I did 3 years ago. That's all. So I'm still trying to get where I want to, but we're getting there.
Oh, for sure. And I mean, this does work just as well with Renkos as well.
Yeah.
These Ninja Renkos. Let's see. We get another signal here. Do you use bigger bars, or what kind of bars do you usually
30,
use?
36.6 is where I have all the stats built off
Order
of
submitted.
for the NQ.
Order filled.
And
Yeah.
bam, there you go.
So right there we got that was just the 40 ticks you said, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a 64% chance of that playing out every trade. Now, again, like just remind everybody, even though I tell you there's an 80% chance, 81% chance that once the reversal wire hits, you're going to get 5 closes. Every time we go up to bat, it's still 50-50, whether we win or lose. I'm just using the law of large numbers and the statistics that we've built, over the 3+ years with this thing. So again, can't make any promises. You're just as likely to roll into the statistical distribution of losses as you are the statistical distribution of winners. You always have to remember that. It's 81% means that 19% losers are out there lurking and waiting for you to hit them. But
For
yeah,
sure.
yeah, this is that's awesome, and I'm glad we got a live demonstration right there on the spot. So yeah, it worked out pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah,
Right.
and like I said, if you guys have like full trading plans, like you're only trading during certain hours, you can set that up as well. So
Yeah, what
once-
we've come up with, Dre, is months ago. I recognized, I collect all my stats by hand, and I started recognizing that right out of the gate in the NQ, that the first and second trade was very highly likely to work out for us. And before that, I never traded the opening 10 minutes because it was just too gnarly. It was just a very gnarly thing. But then the statistics told me otherwise. It told me hey, you need to actually look at this if you're quick enough to jump in there and try to get those trades. So we started doing that, and I kind of dubbed that the Notorious 10 setup. So inside the Notorious 10 is where I try to get finished for the day for my own trading in scalping. Scalping is just one program that I do. And then some of the other traders in the room, once you introduce a concept that works, traders that understand the concepts, they start applying it to other things. So they applied it to gold. Now we've got a group that are trading gold every morning at the open at 8:20 Eastern time, and some of them are doing very well in that. So yeah, we try to neck it down to a time frame to get our high probability trades in. And even though I'm in the room about all day, minus a fitness break at the middle of the day,
Yeah.
we're we're not in there trading personal and funded accounts all day long. So
Yeah, I have a very similar approach. I usually start same thing, 9:30 a.m. Uh, one or two trades, I'm done for the day. I don't want to be stuck looking at charts all day.
exactly. Yeah, I
So,
have other programs that I want to, participate in through the day, and those give me a different mindset and a different break. So I'm not just focused on scalping, but I really like I like your tool. It comes with it's highly recommended by a lot of folks, and that's the testament right there. And everybody said you seem like a really nice guy. So, I can't,
appreciate it.
yeah, I can't not, invite somebody on, and it comes with that recommendation there. So, listen, if you don't have anything else to show us, I have some questions here from some of my folks. I don't know if you had a chance to look at those, Dre. I'll pull them back up.
Can I just say one thing really, really quick?
Sure, go ahead.
Sure.
One thing about Dre that I really, really appreciate is that whenever there's an update, if there's an issue with the update, when folks let him know about it, he's on the money, fixing it ASAP. New release, it's fixed. Another thing he does is, as people ask for, people give different recommendations. He figures out a way to implement it so that it can help everybody. And then new update, and then he posts it to explain how it works. So to me, best developer in the game. Appreciate it, Dre.
Oh, appreciate it,
This
man.
is this is next
Really,
trade
thank
Lou,
you.
by the way.
What was that? Sorry.
I said this is trade Lou, by the way.
Oh, oh, appreciate that.
Well, that goes along with the same thing I've heard from my crew as well. So um, yeah, so that if you hear one person say it, you're like, okay, yeah, could be a good buddy. He just could be spreading propaganda. But when you hear three or five people say it, that aren't tied to you at all, then there may be something to that. So yeah, I think seems like everybody that's purchased Dre's product, um, you're getting your money's worth, and I think that's the most important thing. So
Yeah, I
um,
mean, this tool it was really developed through like user requests. So without anybody suggesting new ideas, like we wouldn't be here. So the whole reason we are here is because people keep suggesting things, and we try and figure out ways to help everybody. Um, yeah, I know like we do get a lot more suggestions nowadays, and it's a bit harder to fit everything in, but I always note everything down and just try and
yeah,
see how many things we can add in where it makes sense for the majority of users.
yeah, that's you phase it in. So we have the same thing. Richard,
Now,
our
folks, let me read.
Richard
I'm
from
gonna list the menu off for you today for Tuesday. Down here at the Salt Bay
let me see
Cafe.
if I can mute
We're gonna have
this guy. Yeah, I missed him. I think he muted himself. So our developer for the room, I'm not a programmer. I'm not a developer. I'm a trader with bizarre concepts. And Richard, our NT8 programmer, resides in Australia, he's up right now in the middle of the night, and so he can attest to what you're doing. We take recommendations for our indicators as well, and build those in. You try to do a release every week, every Sunday. That's kind of our plan. It may be a small release, um, but definitely know where you're talking about. So let me hit a couple of things that some of my traders asked for.
Sure.
Let me see. Pope, this might have been yours if you're in here still. Order management overview for manual trading. Was that you, Pope?
for manual trades?
Yes.
Yeah. So manual trades, they're just these buttons down here. So let me get rid of these. Sorry, I'm just going to pick, these are usually easier to see. So it's really just, all it is, it's, do you want to enter right away? So this is going to, these buttons here are going to submit an order immediately when you click them. Let me do, sorry, I'm going to do a market order. They're just easier to show. So enter long, enter short are just going to be immediate. As soon as you click them, they're going to submit the order. These up here are based on entry lines where they're going to be set. And once the price touches that line, that's where it's going to enter. So for example, if we do buy high, it's going to set your entry line right at the top.
Gotcha.
And then if you click the buy high button, that's going to activate the entry line. So if the price comes up to it, it's going to enter the trade. All these lines do, or all these do, is just set your lines to either the closing price, the opening price, if you want to set it at the low, or you could also attach it to any indicator. So this one, I'm not too sure what this line is called. 1 second.
It's maybe the center line. Yeah, let me see.
EMA 34 on 27.
That's it. Yep.
Okay, so let's say we set it here. Oh, that's the one. So it sets your entry line there. So
Okay.
you could do like buy indicator.
Gotcha.
You could also trail that line. So as it makes new bars, it's just going to keep trailing it. So let's see.
Oh, yeah, that's a neat feature. Yeah, I like that.
Order submitted.
Oh, so there, once it clicks it, or once it hits it, it enters. So that's all it really is. It's just where do you want to set your line, and once it hits it, it's going to enter. Here you also have options. So you could do buy up, sell down. So let's see if so here, sorry, that went a little quick. So we did buy up, sell down. So while we had red bars, it's not going to enter. As soon as we get a green bar, we're going to enter long. And it's the opposite for the short. So if we have green bars, we're not going to enter. Once we get the red bar, it's going to enter. So it's just little ways to customize manual orders.
Gotcha.
Really, wherever it is, really whatever you guys want to do. The breakout is just if it goes above or below the previous bars, high or low. Yeah, I mean that's about pretty much everything with the manual entries.
Okay.
You could you can control your lines too. So if we add a target, it's going to automatically set that. You can lock them in. So as you move up and down, this is where it's going to put your targets. You can also not lock those in. So you can move them around and then it's not going to move it. Yeah, I mean,
yeah, it's neat.
that I have a whole bunch of videos. We could go through every little specific thing, but for the most part, it's just setting the lines, and when the price touches that line, it's going to enter. Or if you prefer more of a current, you could also adjust, like let's say your stop, if you want to put it down here, you could combine the line with these quick entries, and then it's going to set your stop profit targets wherever you want. Last thing, if you use some sort of a auto position size, I know this one's pretty popular, but it's going to automatically adjust that position size depending on the distance between your stop and your entry. So if you have it there, it's going to submit the 9 orders with any management you select. But again, I know the auto position size is not everybody uses that, but that is an option.
Okay.
But yeah, does that kind of cover it? Or
I think so for me. Pope, if that was you, anything else to ask along those lines? While he's thinking, or it may be good enough. Let's see. Here's another question. So the primary signal, are you capturing, are you trading off of the, can you trade off of the arrow as far as an object? Is that what cues?
yeah, you can do arrows or plot signals.
Gotcha.
I think
Yep.
yours does say +1, -1 value as well, right?
I'm pretty sure it, yeah, I think that one does. Richard, I think we had a couple of
Oh yeah, so
options in there.
if we see the signal, it's kind of hard to point. This one right here. So it goes to +1 when we get a signal. So right now the setup I showed is with the draw object itself.
Okay.
That is when it detects the arrow. But you can also do the plot. So let's just show a quick example here.
Gotcha.
So same thing in your custom signal mode. We just switch this to plot mode. And we're going to get rid of the tags for now because we can select those from the chart. So all you have to do, type in the operator. So in this instance, it's a +1 and -1 value. So that's all you have to do. You load it on the chart. And then up here on the top left-hand corner, you'll be able to select any plot. So we just have to select the signal. And that should be all that we need. Let's do... Go back to the 40 ticks that we had. Oh, with these, hold on, let me, oh, we are in time. With these NinjaTrader bars, sometimes we have to do, if you guys are on the newer versions, make sure with NinjaTrader, we use heavy plot scan.
I think we're using version 7. I don't know if there is a newer version. I haven't checked lately, but I think that's what version I'm using.
No, this is with the Predator. Just sometimes
Oh, I got you.
These NinjaTrader bars don't read properly. Oh, you know what? I had the auto entries disabled. So that's why it's not taking trades. Okay, now it should take trades. Whoa.
Bless you.
Order submitted.
There we go.
Yeah, there we go.
So it takes trades when you set it up properly.
Yeah, good. Okay.
But
Order filled. Order submitted.
what?
Order filled.
But yeah, anyways, this is just random setup here. I still have that trail stop, but Yeah, we just have to set up the plot signal. And yeah, when it detects that +1 value, it's going to enter the trade.
All right, good
This
deal.
one, oh, this is just one thing with NinjaTrader. And I sometimes get these questions, but if you see the timestamp, we go from look at the timestamp here. All of these bars are on the same tick. So at the exact same second, all of these print. So we can use limit orders. It's going to get you a better fill, but obviously that's not going to be a guaranteed fill.
Right.
So that's just one thing to keep in mind, because I sometimes get questions of why it feels late, but it's just these are all filler. This is just literally one tick in the market,
Exactly.
and it prints all of these.
Yeah, the only true price are those closes on
Yeah.
those Ninjarinkos, other than the wicks that protrude out. So, yeah, Pope did have one other Pope, that's at the bottom of my list here, but we'll go ahead. And any advice on how to optimize the high-low trailing feature?
Yeah, I mean, let's get into the properties here.
Yeah, while Dre's doing that, Mitch, yeah, 36.6 is what we use on the NQ. That's important, on the NQ. I use the NQ as a proxy, and for my funded accounts, I'm trading MNQs. So I just take trades, take the setups on the NQ, and enter those on the MNQs.
Nice.
And
Yeah,
then we have,
I am working on something for that with the Predator as well.
okay.
That's going to be a future project, but
Okay,
that
cool.
that is actually also coming.
Nice.
But yeah, so the high low, what exactly are we trying to optimize? Oh, because we have options. So we have an offset. Let me make these bars bigger here so we can see.
Hope, if you want to, let me see if I can find you to unmute you. If you want to ask, you're more than welcome to. We have a good crowd in here today, so appreciate everybody showing up for this. It's awesome. Haven't had a chance to thank everyone, but let me do that right now. Yeah, Pope, you can, if you want to talk and explain what you're looking for, by all means, go ahead. Or
So I'll just give a quick little overview here as
yeah.
well. So with the high-low stop, you're able to choose how many candles back you want to trail, and also the offset from that. So when we're looking at a period of 2, that means 1 and 2. So if we're going long, we're looking at the lowest point between 1 and 2. So it's going to trail right here. So if we were to change this, let's say to 5. Now we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's the lowest period between all of these candles. So then we're going to be trailing here. And as it continues to go into profit, it's going to look at 5 candles. And let's say this one right here was like this. So it's going to still get the lowest point of those 5 candles. So it's going to set it right here. But it's only going to trail up if it keeps going into profit. So your stop is never going to go down. It's only going to go... clicking too many buttons here. Your stop is never going to go down. It's only going to trail if it keeps going into profit. Let me get rid of all of this.
Yeah, so that's neat because any wick that protrudes from one of those Ninja bars, it'll capture that reverses and goes back in the direction of the trend. Yeah, that's a really neat feature. I like that.
And then you also have the ability to offset from that. So an offset of 0 is going to trail it directly on the low of that candle. If you were to do an offset of 5, that is 5 ticks. So that's going to be 5 ticks from the low of that period selected. So whatever that lowest candle is, 5 ticks from that low. And it's going to automatically adjust. If you're going short, it's going to be 5 ticks above. So you don't have to worry about putting negatives or positives between short and long. It's always going to adjust automatically.
All right, neat. Pope, does that answer your question there? Yeah. Hey, Andy. Yeah, I'm Brian. I'm the A plus guy. So it says James on there. I didn't change my name. The only people that call me James are creditors. Somebody that thinks I owe them money, or a salesman. But I go by Brian or BA. Okay. Yeah, that's neat. Hopefully, hopefully that. Yeah. Pope says great. Good question there. So I have one more here from the crowd. So let me just talk through this, Dre, and you can pick through it. So it says, how can we place stop limit orders that align with Ninjaco's bar status indicator? Okay. Um, so on the bar status, I think you I think you answered that with the buy at the high or sell at the low.
Uh, no, I do, I think, have a workaround for that. Let me,
Do you know what I'm referring to? The Ninja bar
yeah,
status?
this guy right here, right?
Yeah, let me figure out who's that unmuted.
It is. Next thing in 10 minutes, I think it's like.
Okay, yeah, I think I got him.
So we do have the ability, I think we mentioned this. We can place our entry line on any indicator plot, but I think you mentioned, yeah, it is a little bit of a pain because we only have one selector, so it kind of makes it harder if you need to switch between long or short. But we do have a little bit of a workaround with these Ninsarenko bars because all a Ninsarenko bar is just the brick size from the open to the
Right.
close. So that's going to be, in this case, 36 ticks. So all we have to do is have an offset from the open and then we'll set our entry line based on the opening price. So let me go into the properties here. I hope this makes sense in just a second.
I think you're moving down the right path. There's multiple things in this question here, and you're addressing everything that I haven't even talked about. So yeah, you're going in the right direction.
Awesome. So the first thing I want to do, because we are on the current bar, I want to make sure our entry line is only calculating the current bar. So I'm going to change this to a period of 1. So that's going to be this one only. If we were in period of 2, it would be 1, 2. But changing it to 1, it's only going to look at the most current bar. So then I'm just going to change this to the buy open, sell open. So it's going to calculate right at the open.
Okay.
And then my offset is going to be my brick size. So 36 ticks. Whatever Ninja bar size you're using, that's what you would use.
Okay. Yeah, it's pretty
So
slick.
let me see if this works. So then now you have your buy open. That's going to place it right on that line. Your sell open is going to place it right on that line. So all you have to do is click those. And
Yeah.
then if you want a limit order, so all a stop limit order is a limit order that gets triggered once a stop gets hit. So we can't do a specific stop limit on these between long and short, but these entry lines will act as a stop, and it will trigger that limit order as soon as the price touches it. So whichever one it hits first, this one or up here, is just going to enter you into that trade.
That's really neat. I was working on a strategy last year, and I was trying to figure out how to estimate based off of the Ninja bars where I wanted to enter. This would have fixed it for me. This one feature right here.
The other thing you could do, you could also set your stop based on the opposite. So if you want to do a long stop, you could do that at the lower one. So when you enter long, it's going to set your stop down here. And if you enter short, it's going to set your stop at the top. This one will trail by a little bit. Let's see if this works here.
Order filled.
Oh, there, hit your target. But yeah, you can set your stop. It's going to be, with these, it's always one candle back just for safety. So it's actually going to be back here. This was the previous one. But that is also something you can play around with. If you want to add some offset or anything extra, you can play around with that as well.
Okay.
But
Van, I think that was your question. Does that answer? Looks like he hit everything in you had multiple questions nested in there, but I'm reading. It looks like he answered just about everything. Okay. All right. Van says, "Yep, that's good." All right. Well, listen, Dre. We've been 45 minutes into this. Why don't I stop and peruse the questions here, and I'll go back through some. We'll answer those, and then we'll do a summary and conclusion, and get back to the rest of our day. How about that?
for sure, yeah.
All right. I'm just going to start with the most recent, work my way back. Constantine, tell us more about the A+ indicator. Yeah, it's our trading models, they're actually trading models because they have statistical profiles built in, even though it looks like it's and Dre, I'm going to go ahead right now, if you don't mind, if you would stop sharing, and I'll
Oh yeah, sorry.
No, you're fine. All right. All right, hopefully you see my screen.
Yes, we can see.
Okay. All right. Perfect. So this is just the Jiggle setup, arrows underneath, but there's statistical profiles built in. And I'm not going to spend a lot of time going over this now. There will be other sessions that I do, to explain to the general public our trading models. But I'll just say that this is based off of 3 years of observation to this one specific setup. It's kind of our flagship. It's what I trade for my primary scalping models and my funded accounts. And, it's what the three pillars are built on, is this trading model. The money management that we've derived from this is based off the statistical profiles we have. And then based on, win losses, max drawdowns, I have, for myself, I I know what my capital ratios are for funded accounts, so that will enable me to trade this, in theory, forever. So that's kind of it in a nutshell. But more to follow on that. I've got information on my Patreon page, Twitter, X, and I'll show you those at the end so you can get more info. Sherry, thank you for dropping our website. And Ninjarenko size for the ES. It depends on the volatility. I've used 7.1 and 8.1 for a very long time in the ES. It's a guideline, but that 7.1 and 8.1 right now it's kind of like an 8.1 for me for the ES, and that's using the Jiggle and one of our other setups. Let's see.
Order submitted.
Yeah, this is primarily to introduce to my crowd, the gang, people that don't know anything about using Predator, just to open this up for the general trader populace, and to tie in the fact that we've got traders in our room using our models with the Predator. So I thought it would be nice to just spread the wealth to let everybody know that, hey, there's a really good order entry model out there that will probably work with anything that you have developed. That's the purpose of this webinar here. And it's just two traders talking about trading, about stuff that they use to. Hopefully somebody can pick up some stuff. I think that's about, like seeing if there's anything else major. I don't see anything else. If I've missed anything, there'll be some contact info here in the end. Dre, I'll kick it back over to you to see, do you have anything you want to close with? Anything that you need to share a screen with for anything?
Honestly, I think we kind of covered just about everything we needed to.
All right.
Unless you guys have any more questions, I'd be happy to answer, but I think that kind of covered the gist of it.
All right, good. Yeah, well, like I said, Drew, I got a couple of Drews, good friend, and a Drew in my room here, so sorry about that. But anyway, if I certainly appreciate you taking the time to come in. I appreciate everybody that popped in here to take a look at this. Again, it's very casual. Just wanted to invite Dre in to talk about Predator X order entry, and I need to know myself more about it. So, and I know we only scratched the surface, but that's okay. You scratch the surface, there's more underneath. And you just, if you see something that works, you want to make sure other traders know about it. And it seems like, Predator X order entry fits the bill in that respect right there. So for those of you that are inquiring about the A+ setups, hey, we have a very, very cheap subscription for our product. I'll end with this right here. Flash sale through November 26th, 40% off. I'm not going to advertise this anywhere else. It's just if you watch this webinar and you want to give it a shot. I mean, you're talking about, what is that, like 17 or 18 bucks. And guess what? You get to keep everything you can download in my site for that price. So it's not like some of these other sites that you pay 50, 60, 90 bucks a month for, and you have to have a machine license to use them. You pay, you get some good stuff, and we can part as friends after that if you want to stick around. But we live stream our trading every day. We eat what we kill. not just scalping, but I also, like I said, trade options, pairs trades. So we do all of that, in the room as well. So anyway, that's the plug for A+ setups. Take advantage of it if you want to. If not, no issue. And I would like to thank everyone for making this what I consider a success. Hopefully Drew and I can link up regularly, maybe once a quarter, something like that, Dre, if you want to, and just talk trading. Sure. Yeah, just talk trading, share notes, just see how things are going. We invite the crew. People may have questions about anything, but here's how you can get in touch with me. Email, website, check our tools out on the website, go to our Patreon, and you don't, just to check around, you don't have to queue up membership. You can just go Patreon/A+ setup. And I try to post some stuff in there a few times a week, just let everybody know what's taking place. Dre, how do we get in touch with you? That I think everybody that's in here probably knows how to get in touch with you, but why don't you go ahead and...
just TradeSaber.com. That's our website. There's a contact us form. You could email support@TradeSaber.com. We have our Discord. That's also posted everywhere. YouTube. TradeSaber.com, and you'll find us.
Perfect. Well, once again, this is being recorded, so in case somebody wants to watch it later on, I'll post it up to a couple of spots, and we can go from there. Once again, thank you. Good luck to everybody in all your trading. If you need anything, you can always drop us a line in one of the social media sites. And again, good luck. We'll see you guys later. Dre, thanks once again for checking in with us. And
thanks for having me, Brian. Really appreciate it.
All right, later, folks.